Welcome back once again to the Storage Room of Doom, and welcome back to Greg's Collection. This is the series where one man takes on all of the things that he's accumulated in his life in an effort to document, organize, play with, possibly sell, or even throw away all the things that have caused this place to turn into what it is. Today's video, if you're a fan of organization, this one's going to be a very satisfying one for you. We're finally going to be addressing all of this hardware that I have down here. This is all the nuts and bolts and screws and various things that you acquire when you do random projects around the house. And this is how I've been organizing it since we moved in here. But that changes today because this spot under here needs to be organized. We already got started in previous videos, and this is just the greatest eyesore that we could possibly have. So I made a purchase on Amazon to help us with our problem. As I always say, the moment probably only I've been waiting for. We're opening the box. We're going right in for this one because, oh God, this is going about as bad as it possibly could. We'll be getting into these drawers anyway, so not a huge deal. This is an Akro-Mils 64 drawer storage unit, and I'm so excited to get all of that stuff organized in here really nicely. There is a part of me that's hoping I don't like this too much though, because all of my Lego friends that have Bricklink stores use these. And if they're really nice, it means that I bet on the wrong system here, because this is what I have previously used for all my Lego. But, boy, wouldn't this be nice, eh? We've already learned an important lesson, and that's when we carry this back into the Storage Room of Doom after it's all filled with tools. Make sure we don't tip it over, because all those babies are coming out. But there's what it looks like. Dang, that looks classy as heck. Oh, I can't switch now. Okay, let's fill this up with stuff. In my mind, I was thinking I wouldn't need 64 drawers, but after looking at all this stuff, it seems like I could probably use them all. This is gonna be so satisfying, taking all these parts and putting them in there. This is the extent of everything, if you're curious. This is all the stuff we have. Like, we could probably start here. I think this is for a TV mount that I did, and it came with all these extra bolts that I could possibly use, and I never did. So how about we just fill up these drawers with them? I was surprised that the comments started coming through saying you guys love organization. I'm like, well, you came to the perfect spot, because that is what we're getting into. We'll be doing some other stuff too. Right now, it's just a matter of clearing up space, which we desperately need in there. Like that first day we walked in, there wasn't even enough room for me to stand barely. So it's not gonna be like that anymore. And that is probably the thing that's driving me the most right now. What would I ever use that for? Spacers, maybe. I'm gonna probably throw these away. There's some stuff that's gonna get jettisoned here, but there's our first drawer in the Akro-Mils. If you want one of these, I'll put a link down below if you want to support the channel. You can buy that or buy anything else on Amazon, and it's like, thank you. Today's the day that Apple either makes me super happy or breaks my heart. I'm so excited to see what the iPhone 16 is gonna be like, particularly with the camera. That's the most important thing to me every year. And I skipped last year's phone because it just wasn't that impressive.
It's more powerful and useful than ever.
He says that every year.
Next, let's talk about our Pro model.
I can only get so excited, Tim. Settle down. I'm just going to go ahead and put my wallet right in there. Just go ahead and take it. Go ahead. I got one row already done here. Check that out. You quiet down over there. We might have some Android fans that are watching, and I don't want to get everyone offended here, but here's everything that needs to go in. I have 56 drawers left to pull this off. Remember that satisfying part I was talking about earlier? There you go. Some ASMR action, if you will. I decided I'm going to start a nail row up here, going down the left side. They're talking about how much better the microphones are going to be in the next iPhone. Oh, I was sold before, now I'm double sold. Check that out, though. That's kind of beautiful. Wow. That autofocus. Thank you, Canon. These are drywall screws. I don't see myself ever using those. I'm never going to be installing drywall. I'm going to let those ones go. Electro-galvanized fence staples. I'm never going to use that. See, See, a part of this is letting things go too. Just acquired a bunch of tools out of this bag here and more bolts. What I like about these drawers is how easy they are to move around. Like if I decide that I want that to go higher, easy peasy. Put all these in here. Beautiful. Another thing for the trash. Look at the pile down here. It's getting crazy. Oh, there's the price. $1,000 for 128 gigabytes.
We also have amazing offers from Apple and our partners.
Ouch. Tim, don't even talk to me. We're not on speaking terms anymore, Tim. No. No. I know I'm way overusing the word satisfying, but the fact that I'm taking like 3 different things and putting them into one drawer that were all in separate bags and all misplaced before is an awesome thing. Like even this, I'm just going to open this up and put it in there too. This is great. One drawer to rule them all. And there's lots of room for extra in there as well. One thing for sure, I'm never going to have to buy anchors or screws ever again. We now have 2 drawers of those. This should be an interesting one to go through. This was in our apartment with us and has traveled from house to house. I got this at my old job. This is like some old company they worked with, American Dream Financing. I'm starting to develop a system. Got like bracket stuff in there. I guess I'll just do like, have to do another row maybe, or maybe I have 1 drawer left over here. We're at the point here where I crank through all of what I consider to be like the easy stuff, and now I save the worst for last. This is all I have left to go through, but it is like all of the junk bolts and screws and nails and all of that stuff is in here. So I have to convert all of that into these drawers and kind of do what I'm doing here. I left this out as a little example. So we've got like screws, bolts, we've got nails, we've got big bolts, we've got miscellaneous things that maybe could be used for something. But man, I've got a lot of drawers left over. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Just got to grind away on this and I'll show you what this all looks like when it's all done. We just did a massive warp ahead to the part where I got everything sorted out that was in those containers. I left all the drawers out here so you could see the progress that I made. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 drawers of all the things that were on the desk there. Actually, there's a lot of stuff left over. Some of it was just rusty and crusty and old and dirty, and I just can't imagine me ever using these things, especially with the sheer amount of items that I have here. So I kind of just cherry picked the best of the best, and that's what's going to go in these drawers. As for this stuff here, I'm probably just going to donate it if I can. I don't know if like American Rescue Workers or Goodwill would even accept something like this, but it would be a shame to throw it away. Maybe I can put it in a yard sale. Free. Take it. Anyone. This stuff over here, this is all just straight up trash, and this is great because this is everything that was once in the storage room of doom, taking up that valuable shelf space, including that box. It's all gone now. Replaced with just this. But the only thing we have left to do now is to put all the drawers in and see what this looks like when it's all finished up. And that's the most exciting part. So let's do it. Do I have a system here in putting these back? I don't know if that's the case. I'm kind of just filling up the drawer spots here. Let's put these all over here. I've got a couple empty ones going throughout here. In fact, I didn't even fill these up, which is kind of cool. I was thinking that there would be nothing left. So I'm happy that there is some space. And the beauty is that I can move these all around however I see fit. So if I ever want to move stuff, like if this doesn't make sense, I can do that like right there. Those nails, we'll put those there. And then more screw stuff, we'll put that here. I don't know. This just feels like the right thing to do. I'm just letting it, wherever it calls me. This I know. Mold fans. We'll do this, and oh boy, I gotta fill in. Oh boy, this is not ideal. I have a whole bunch of spots in the middle here. I'm probably gonna play a bunch of musical chairs with all these and move things around to like make it like make sense for me. But here is what it looks like, all finished up, and you can almost not even tell that I did anything today. But next time I need to go for a part, instead of going into this, all I have to do is just pull this drawer out, or pull this drawer out, or pull this drawer out where there's nothing. How many of these do I have left? I probably have 15 to 20 empty drawers left still. And that's pretty good because you always end up with more stuff. So anytime I do a project where there's extra bolts or screws, I'll put them in there. I might break some of these down a little bit. Like there were a couple that were pretty unorganized, but again, it's just like, okay, those are the bolts. Those are the big bolts. You know, it kind of works in my in my mind, and that's what my Lego system is too. It's like, okay, this is where the brown and tan pieces are. They may not all be the same thing, but that's where they go. This system, though, it really kind of leads you down the path of making it a single thing. Like this, very satisfying. All the same thing. It's a thing of beauty, but I mean, separating it out is just a pain in the butt, isn't it? So what am I doing here? That's backwards. What the heck? Why didn't anyone tell me? That's triggering. But yeah, that looks pretty sick. Do I have any other ones backwards that I need to know about? No. I think it's all good, and I'm pretty darn happy with this. Honestly, though, seeing this makes me even happier because this is going to be jettisoned out of the storage room of doom, no longer in my life. And this is the part where I talk about possibly getting rid of things, selling things. That feels good. Even more so than organizing, I think. I don't know. It's up there. Which do you like better? Do you like organizing or do you like getting rid of things better? I'm going to cheat on my answer and say for me it's probably a combination of both because this minimizes the footprint and that eliminates some footprints. So both of them really work out well. Let's go ahead and take this in. I don't really have a spot for it just yet because we're very much in a work in progress situation inside the storage room. But I at least want to see what this looks like in there. And I think to carry this, I'm going to do it with two hands. We don't need a repeat of what happened earlier. Oh my gosh. This thing is surprisingly heavy. I'm not super proud of the situation where I'm putting this, but I at least want to show it off. What it could be like. Whoa. This is not the nice spot for it by any means, but this is kind of what you can do. And you could get a ton of these if you wanted to. Like you could stack these to the ceiling if you had enough stuff. But for now, that's fine. I didn't really want to put it back down here because it's like a lot of space that I could use for actual storage. So we'll figure out something here. I've got a lot of work to do here cleaning things up. I still have remnants from old projects and ongoing ones. I'm actually going to put new sticks in this. Now I feel confident in my PlayStation 3 controller repairs. Might as well put the good parts in my somewhat good controllers and then just get this all cleaned up. I don't know if that's going to be an episode or not, but it probably should because it's reality and it's a mess. So if you like the organization videos, let me know and I'll make more of them and we'll figure out a way to make this a thing that hopefully you can enjoy as much as I do. So on that, thank you for tuning in and we'll see you in the next Greg versus the Storage Room of Doom video.